Hello, everybody. So, welcome to yet another episode. This is just going to be a Yaparoni SESH. I don't know if I'm going to start calling them those things. Those things. But honestly, I like the name. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just a little corny. But I'm a little corn. I'm a little shuck. Anywho, so welcome. I just wanted to come talk with y'all because honestly, when it comes to doing the whole channel messaging and, more spiritual terms and things like that, my bad for the wind. I'm trying to cover it for you guys so you don't hear the wind. But it's just been a lot. Lately, it's been a lot. I'm tired. I don't know if y'all have been exhausted, but I've been experiencing a lot of exhaustion. But today I decided to get myself out, get my ass out of the bed, and just get up and do something. So currently I am doing a lot of work from what I am generating on my own right now. If you guys are interested in anything pertaining to more of what you can see from my channel, what I can do in general, but also spiritually wise, if you are interested in doing readings or anything, I'm taking consultations, and I have a booking website in my bio, and it will lead you to the spiritual booking form as well as the artist performance / event booking form. If you guys are interested in looking at any of that, it's there. You don't have to. I'm just offering the decision because a lot of times right now I feel like a lot of us are lacking options. We're lacking options because we don't exactly know what we want to do. And mind you, I can hear myself the entire time I'm speaking, so I'm kind of just okay, what is something we gonna say that's smart next, Gabby? We need to keep it going because this is why whenever I tried to think about doing the podcast, I went back and forth many different times about it because I was just someone's going to want to hear me yap by myself, not even with no special guests. Because I was trying to get some buddies to get recruited on this shit. And then they was just I don't know. They was being shy. I'm you cannot be shy in today's climate with everything that's going on, how people be acting. You just don't know what's gonna happen. You always gotta stay on your 10 toes down at all times. So honestly, I don't know, y'all. But anywho, today has been really difficult. I got some ice cream with me. Never put me down and fill me up. Ooh, that's how I feel. That's what I want in a relationship. But I haven't been able to find that yet. I don't know. I've been getting a lot of love readings. I don't know if you guys are on Threads or anything, but getting readings, all different types of channeled messages, oh, you're gonna get this love interest, or you're gonna get this job, or money's coming in your bank account soon. I just be really reading those things, and I'm just I want to be Delulu as much as I can be, but at the same time, what's to the point where I have to be a little realistic? What's that line? What's that barrier? I don't know if y'all know what it is. If you can let me know what it is, let me know. Because when it comes to just being Delulu, but also not being my own Salulu, it's been a real it's been real difficult because it's a constant battle between me and myself because no one is fighting me. No one added anybody else into this equation. I've just been struggling on my own this whole entire time. Just because, for the fucks of it, I guess. I don't know. I guess I like to see myself suffer or feel suffering. But that's a very, my bad. I just had to get a taste. But I just think that's just a part of my healing when it comes to my childhood trauma and things like that. So honestly, that's to be expected. There'll be a lot of discussions of things like that on this little podcast here. But yeah, it's gonna be real fun. It's gonna be real fun, real anonymous. Because I know I got some people watching this watching my YouTube channel in general, just being like paying attention, just being like real like unknown or anonymous. That's what the word is. Oh my gosh, anonymous. But yeah, so I know some of y'all are watching this and you never really like give no feedback. You just be acting like a ghost for real. Just know it's okay. You don't have to make yourself known yet, and you also don't necessarily have to come out of hiding either. You can stay hidden. Honestly, because anyone that don't really like know me or is real close with me right now, they know for sure I don't play. But yeah, I also got a Twix bar. I was supposed to add it to the ice cream earlier, but honestly, like, I forgot. I forgot. Oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, I don't know how long these things are going to be. It's honestly just until my brain runs out of things to yap about. And yeah, I have like a desk microphone in my hand. What you going to do about it? You're going to give me money to buy a better one? I'm giving you vibes and signals. Oh, to do a donation, because donations are accepted. Honestly, I always told people, especially during I think it was probably during COVID or something like that, I always talked to people about how they were explaining a lot about charity and donating and doing good humanitarian service, which I'm all down for. I'm a humanitarian by heart. Okay, don't play with me. I was a freedom fighter back in the days. If y'all remember, you may not know, but you're gonna know now. Honestly, I always tell people I'm the charity. Like, at this point, I need to be donated to because something isn't going right. I feel like the demographic that they were talking about was very pertinent to my situation back then. And I'm just like, I don't know who allocates or is in charge of the allocations of donations or the policies for, eligibility, but I need to talk to them because I don't know what was going on or what they do with that stuff. What do they do with it? They got so much apparently. They said they've been raising all damn year. I ain't seen nothing. But don't mind me. I don't know if y'all like mouth noises, but this is a part of the podcast. Y'all gonna experience a little bit of ASMR too. Definitely we'll have mukbangs on here. Why do I sound like that? You'll definitely see me do like mukbangs because I really do love food. So there'll be like moments of me either cooking myself food or eating food that I got out. And yeah, honestly, it's a really good time. It's a really, really fun time. Honestly, sometimes I get a little obsessive when it comes to cooking, but I really love to cook. I'm just gonna tell y'all. I've been learning some new vegan recipes so I can start eating completely vegan. And I also, just don't clock me, okay? I know everything in this video you're gonna see is probably not vegan, and that's why it is a learning curve. It's a journey, and I'm enjoying the journey, okay? I haven't gotten to the destination yet. We're gonna get to the destination, I promise you. But for now, there's gonna be some delay, some inconsistencies. Because who said neurodivergent people were meant for consistency? I feel like it would be pretty boring at that point. What the hell? They have lifeguards at this beach, bro. And I'm honestly surprised people really be like swimming and stuff out here, because I just know that water is not clean. Real dirty. I definitely saw a fish or something the other day, like beached. Not beached, but like, what is it called? Oh, it was swept ashore. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, swept ashore. But yeah. They trying to tell these kids to get out the pool, knowing damn well the kids don't like to get out the pool when it's time to get out the pool. And it's not even a pool, it's a lake. Well, that's done and over with. Honestly, that was really nice. I enjoyed that experience thoroughly. But anywho, as I was saying, I'm a foodie. And I like to cook vegan food sometimes. And I will as well just like get food out. Especially if like I'm interested in like a specific restaurant. There's been some vegan restaurants around here that I definitely want to try out, but I have not been able to like even have those are excuses. Let me stop myself right there before I even continue. Honestly, like, I've always wanted to, I just didn't go and do it. I feel like I always wanted to do it with somebody, so the excuse to pay for food was a little bit less in my face when I do it alone. Because when it comes to food, I take it seriously. Like, if I'm going to spend money on food, I'm going to spend money on food. And it's going to be, it's going to be a good quality. Like, it's not going to be no crazy, like, nasty shit, like 2 stars. No. Because the amount of times that I had all different types of, like, food issues with eating out in the past, especially in my college days, oh my goodness gracious. My stomach would be on 10 at every single moment of the day. Like, it would just not stop. I was miserable. I can't be like that. I don't know about anybody else, but all that Popeyes and certain Chinese food places. What was it? I think it was like hibachi or something. Like, I swear, like, especially where I went to college, they had all different types of foods there, all different types of cuisines, but also all different types of like businesses. Like, anybody could just really open up a food shop and start selling some food. You never know. Like, I'm talking about the entire city. Like, it was hard to get some good pickings out there, quite honestly. I'm so sorry for the wind. I don't know if it's like really, really bad. But like, again, this is the first podcast, so I never promised perfection. I'm really imperfect. But I think that's what I love the most about myself, as much as I lack to show it. Imperfect, see? Because if I was perfect, I would actually remember and put myself out there more often. You guys ever like overthink things? Yeah, that totally makes sense. For me, at least. I'm sure some other people agree. I also really I haven't gone into a hammock. I really want to get a hammock and just sit and chill. I'm trying to get all like close and snuggled with y'all. Like, we're actually really close on FaceTime or something. Because honestly, I don't really FaceTime a lot of people. But I love to FaceTime. Like, that's one thing about me. If you know me, I love to FaceTime people. Like, I'm more of a FaceTime / in person. But if you're not able to do the in person, like, I can still compromise with the FaceTime. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still want to feel connected in some type of way. Like, I still want to see you and talk to you. Because I just feel like the phone is just something different. It's something different. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm speaking to one of those people that you hire in order to speak or talk smooth to you. You know, like, people just used to pay for that, especially in the early 2000s or something. Yeah, I forgot what those people are called. But I was just thinking about that. And when it comes to like talking, because I'm a smooth talker. I don't know about y'all, but I be writing a lot. Like, that's really all I do, quite honestly. Like, if I'm not looking at my phone or if I'm not out in nature, I'm probably writing about some deep ass shit. Like, whether it's a poem, whether it's about my feelings, or whether it's about, like, just honestly writing letters to myself. Oh, that was like one thing I really wanted to talk about during this entire thing, but like I kind of just remembered it. But like, it basically has to do with, is that a seagull? Ah. Okay, but anyway, I was really trying to like discuss certain things, like when it comes to spiritual routines. I feel like the concept of spiritual routines is a really complex and deep one, and highly like politicized for some reason. And some people like tend to like turn it into some sort of competition, or how hard and grueling and disciplined can you be contest, but also like normalizing capitalistic norms. I feel like that's what it has to do with. And honestly, if you know, you know. Like, if you're another spiritual baddie like I am, like, you're just gonna know. Like, you've seen on YouTube, they'll hold on. But honestly, my bad for that. Ooh, I'm gonna do a little ASMR. This is hilarious. Okay. This is fun. No, but like honestly though, spiritual routines, that's what I was talking about. Let's get back on schedule. All right. See, this is why I don't know why I have like this type of mic and I don't even have a desk for it, because I'm over here having it like all different types of directions. Okay, but anyway, spiritual routines are something that are that can be like definitely a hit or miss for some people, especially for me. Like, I had to redo or reconfigure a good spiritual routine or spiritual hygiene that I invest in on a daily basis, because it's a daily process. And for me, again, neurotypicalism, whatever the fuck, I'm not that. So when it comes to consistency, it's very hard and unrealistic to expect myself to have a consistent routine that I do every single day, and it's like exactly the same, because I did that under not my will for like high school and college and things like that, even though I don't know what the fuck was going on with me in college back then. But honestly, when it comes to a spiritual routine and spiritual hygiene, especially for neurodivergent individuals, we crave difference. We need some sort of spontaneity. We also need some sort of passion component. We also need some sort of a component that provides the same amount of stimulus or more analytical work, especially for my nerds out there. Like, we really crave being able to dip into our knowledge centers in our brain, as well as our art centers, as well as our emotional centers, as well as our the ones where we just rest and we just unmask and we just let ourselves just expand freely without any constriction, because honestly, constriction is not good for us. We're not constricted. We're not able to be constricted, and especially if you have an authority complex, you don't want to deal with that. That's just something else. That is just it's a non-negotiable. It's just not gonna work. And people be trying to make it work sometimes, and I'm just like, that's why y'all stressed out. That's why y'all be in pain and stuff. And I'm talking about me. I'm y'all. Also, nobody in this video sponsored me for any of this shit. And honestly, I wouldn't want them to, because Kirkland purified water, I'm not even supposed to be drinking you right now, but I need to go back to the store to get some more spring water because I haven't been able to find a place that actually sells spring water bottles. Like, I don't know why that's so difficult. Why is it hard to find spring water bottles for not like $10 million? It's not $10 million, but y'all know, like, it's not easy. It's like they acting like that's not the most accessible type of water out here. Like, literally, you ain't even gotta do nothing for real. You just need to clean it and sell it. Everybody else doing all that different types of shit and then making the water all, mixed up and doesn't even provide you with the minerals that you need. And it's just like, I didn't know I had to, take my water consumption so seriously until I kept seeing things about it. And I used to not even be much of a spring water drinker back then. Like, not gonna even lie to y'all. I used to really dislike spring water. So now the fact that like spring water is something that you have to drink and it's good for you to drink, I'm just like, oh. So now I have to like think about that every single time I drink another type of water, as well as like change the way I drink water, because nobody else is going to end up getting any spring water. Because I don't know, I be trying to warn people about this health shit, and sometimes they listen and sometimes they don't. And honestly, at that point, I have to just let them go. Because oh my lord, I was just thinking about something funny. Like, my famous ex loves to say, "Let you be in peace." I'm like, I didn't know this was a death wish. Shit. And nobody knows who this person is, quite honestly, so it's okay. It's a snippet. It's a little tidbit. It's a little drip drop. But anyways, big ups to anyone who has like successfully not went back to their exes. If y'all are still going strong with the no contact, I'm really proud of you, because that stuff ain't easy. Not because you would want to talk to the individual, but also just because for your own mental health and sake and sanity, sometimes people don't respect that, and it's really weird. But honestly, it's an illusion at this point. Everything is an illusion. Nothing is real anymore. Everything that you see is fake. I'm putting scare tactics into you. Do you feel it? Do you feel scared? I'm just playing, y'all. Again, this information is not a replacement for any medical diagnoses or treatments or knowledge, and as that matter, everything is from opinions and my own beliefs. Take what resonates and leave whatever else the fuck I say, because you're not gonna sue me, okay? I'm gonna make sure. I'm just blabbing. Again, this is a Yaparoni sesh without the yap. Well, the roni, because I don't have any pepperoni, because I don't eat pepperoni. But honestly, I really miss pepperoni. I wonder if they have like a vegan pepperoni pizza. That would be like really good. I could probably like make that real nice though, because I don't know, I need some seasoning in my pizza. I feel like even regular pizza with all the dairy and the stuff in it is just like, I don't know. I'm sorry, I got distracted. There was some like beautiful women out in the distance. And if you guys know, in commemoration of the gay month that I was born in, you will know that I goes down for women very hard, very strong, very serious. It gets real serious over here. But yes, shout out to my LGBT peeps. Happy Pride. Yes. But yeah, anywho, 24 on my clock when I look back at my clock, and it said that. Honestly, I'm gonna start freestyling on y'all. I wonder if y'all like that. I actually do like to freestyle though. Like, I don't like do it more often. Sometimes I'll just be writing, like free writing and freestyling in my room. and like privately in my room, and I just be like talking about some random stuff, but it be sounding like somewhat decent. So I really want to like experiment with making beats and stuff. If anybody knows how to work what is it called, why did I forget that app? It's like the one that you make the music on. Hold on, let me look at my applications because I don't remember. Also, I hope that you guys absolutely adore this podcast. 4:26 on my clock when I looked at it. BandLab. If you guys know anything about BandLab, please let me know in the comments. Just like give me a little tidbits and feedbacks and whatever, because I'm trying to make some beats. Trying to make my own stuff, because I don't want to have to worry about copyright, because I already don't understand the legalities of all this stuff when it comes to content and, you know, copyrights and all of that technical stuff. So honestly, I'm just gonna end up doing it myself, so I don't have to deal with that. So like, if y'all know how to make certain things, please let me know. Also, I don't know if you guys are aware, since this is my first Yaparoni SESH and we're not actually like talking super seriously about some emotions or things like that, I have an Instagram. It's in my bio as well. It's ssw.journey on Instagram. That is my art account, and just also like my main one. I had to remake it because my old main had, you know, everybody from high school and all the other schools and like many other things associated with that. So honestly, I had to just start over. But also, I feel like I need different crowds and communities on the other account too, because it's starting to just be filled with people that I already know. And like, I just want to like, you guys ever feel like just starting over, moving out of the country and starting over fresh, and then like just forgetting everything that you've ever known about everything and just relearn and feel like rebirth in a whole different country and just live alone with your pet? Maybe if you have a cat, I love cats, I have a cat, and then just like live happily ever after in the sun with their mango trees, and just you never have to go back to the United States again. Is it just me? I know it's not just me. I know it's not. But yeah, y'all. So there was like this video I saw on Instagram, and they were talking about like, I know I was supposed to talk about spiritual routines, but we're gonna go onto this and then we're gonna go on to that, okay? So there was a Instagram video that was talking about like what happened to all of the bugs and everything, because the bugs are like disappearing supposedly, or for some reason like there's literally like no worms under rocks and stuff, and like no roly-polies, and they like you don't get mosquito bites anymore. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't know, I feel like there's a mosquito bite on my ankle right now. So I don't know, I'm feeling a little itchy. I don't know if they're completely gone, but they're definitely much less visible, much less active, much less out there than they used to be back in the days. But no, I feel like there's a mosquito bite on my ankle. And if y'all know if you got a mosquito bite on your ankle, or just like your elbow, just anywhere like that, it's just really awkward. It's just really like painful. It's like it's just so much worse, it feels like. Also, this is a part of my exposure therapy too. I'm my own therapist, if y'all haven't figured it out. You know, I wouldn't recommend it 100%. Don't take my advice. But honestly, I just feel like, and it is possible to you literally just heal yourself, but like not completely by yourself. You know, there's gonna be people that are gonna be brought in your journey as you move through life that are gonna help you heal in different types of ways. And honestly, I feel like me and myself and I has been one of the biggest healers I have been for myself. And since all of this, you know, testing and trying and doing all these different things with therapists that I feel like honestly didn't help me at all, and honestly kind of just made things worse sometimes. I feel like it made me feel even more like crazy and weird and like abnormal, because what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know what I was trying to say about that, but 29 on it was 29:29 on the clock, a little bit earlier. I missed it, but Yeah. Anyways, back to spiritual routines. Honestly, something that I love to incorporate when it comes to spiritual routines, if you guys are wondering on how to create one for yourself, what exactly that is, actually, I'll just go over it in general. So, what a spiritual routine is, or what spiritual hygiene is, can be classified as anything pertaining to you spending time with yourself, you and your spirit. It can be you and source. It can be just you and spirit. It could be you and your ancestors. It could be you and your physical body. It could be literally anything that you choose it to be or that you desire or consent to it being, because honestly, when it comes to taking care of ourselves, especially if you've been taught otherwise, that otherwise, like, it's not okay to do that, or it's like it's a crime, I guess, to just like, what is it called, just like take care of yourself and like put attention to yourself and not to anything else or anyone else, or not performing for anything or any reason, just letting yourself just be. And for some people that can be the most difficult thing, especially, I know it has been for me. If you grew up in a space where you kind of weren't allowed to kind of just flourish and be yourself, you kind of had to be more restricted, kind of had to be more to yourself, I guess, and to kind of like just deal with things by yourself. I don't know if my makeshift muffler for this, no, it's a windscreen, my makeshift windscreen 3131 on the clock is helping at all, but like, I'm really trying for y'all, so just let me know. Yeah. But anyways, literally, like, when it comes to, I be tired, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm tired. But when it comes to self-care, spiritual hygiene, it can be described as those things I already talked about, but also a part of a much bigger, I guess, intention behind it. And it has to do with, you know, tending attention or bringing attention to your ancestral curses, the cycles, the limitations that your family and generations might have experienced when it came to the concepts of freedom, the concepts of living fully, breathing, loving, and just exploring and analyzing the way that you interact with the universe, because you are the universe. You are the manifestation of the universe. And so basically, anything that you experience or the way that you view the world in general is a reflection of how you perceive the universe, because everything is a mirror. Obviously, you're going to experience, you know, setbacks and conflicts. Sorry, my ear was itchy. But you're going to experience setbacks and conflicts from all different types of people, especially those who, you know, have not done the work or who have not brought more attention to their shadow aspects of self, so they let them kind of just roam free in the modern world, which honestly is very harmful and very dangerous, and you have to protect yourself. You know, that's part of the spiritual hygiene part. But honestly, you also have to get to a point where you recognize that the reality that you experience, that everyone is bad and everyone's harmful and dangerous and the world is scary and is just, it feels impossible to even put yourself out there, is also you putting your own mirror or shadow aspects of selves onto your current reality. So at that point, you kind of have to be like, all right, so who's really doing the damage? Who's doing it to me? Because obviously you can't blame anybody else at that point for your life being shitty, or you feeling like shit, or you feeling like nothing is happening and the same experiences and same feelings and same outcomes are happening over and over again. That's how you've known you fell into a cycle. And it's like, this is coming from someone who has gone through the very things that I am talking about and have experienced and am struggle with, and sometimes I still struggle with it. And that's why you always got to clock yourself and be accountable. That's also part of the spiritual hygiene, is taking accountability and responsibility for your life and actions that you inhibit onto other people, because at the end of the day, it is your fault. And this can trigger people, so I understand, but this is not with any mean harm or bad or to downgrade you at all, but you are the problem, and it's your fault that you are not feeling better about yourself at this moment, even after everything has happened and the time has passed, or whatever it is that has occurred, whatever traumas have ensued from childhood. It is your fault if you're still letting it make you stagnant for your reality. And I guess the wind is speaking to me because it's getting stronger. Oh my Lord. Please, I pray for this video that the audio sounds good, but yeah, you really just have to look at yourself really deeply in the eye, like so deep that like your entire flesh just gets ripped off of you in the mirror, because honestly, that's how painful this shit gets. That's how deep you have to get with it. Like, no joke. And honestly, like, it's not easy. Again, it's not for everybody, and that's why not everybody is going to experience or I guess like go through these things like how a lot of us have been forced to, or I feel like it's been a process that you couldn't even try to pass over or try to like, what is it called, like ignore or just brush it off. I know a lot of us feel much deeper than the average person. And average, I mean someone who doesn't really have experiences with really deep emotions, or maybe they're incapable of that for whatever reason. But the ones who are and not able to hide it or able to just brush it off or escape from those things temporarily, I see you and understand you, and just know that this is a process that you have to take your time with when it comes to spiritual hygiene and having a routine, because it fits very like it fits into you, into who you are, how you act, how you work, how you manage, how you deal with conflict, how you navigate certain world issues. So it's like, well, that's why when I thought about doing a spiritual routine video or spiritual hygiene, it wasn't something that I could really give a very specific idea of what that is, but it's more so a mindset and an intention. That's all I can really say that you have to set forth when you are navigating your day-to-day life, because it's to the point where I can't tell you something about what you can do to help you feel better unless you have been able to chip away at certain blocks and certain parts of yourself, of your soul, of your essence, of who you are as a person, separate from everything that you've ever known and experienced as a kid, and be able to look at life in a way that you're open to the possibility of having different experiences with things that might have not worked in the past, or even be open-minded to new experiences that could help you break through and make breakthroughs and get through some of the deepest and darkest parts of your shadow selves, because now you've been able to integrate it and to look at it in the eye and be able to say that you're my friend too, because y'all are still friends. You know, sometimes it feels like y'all are frenemies, but y'all are still friends. And I'm talking about the ego self. Ooh, I don't like no bugs. I already know I'm gonna have to leave in like the next hour or so. Anyway, that's not pertinent to this, but yes. 2 blackbirds just flew towards me. That's also a sign. If you've been seeing birds a lot lately, I know they signify love, hope, new beginnings, and many different other things. Each color of the bird also represents something, so just do your little research. If you ever see birds and it's like a specific type of bird, you can look up what the meaning of it is. But anywho, when it comes to spiritual hygiene and routines, you really have to figure out what it is that you need the most from yourself. The things that you have never been able to really receive from anybody outside of yourself, you have to give it to yourself now, because now we become our best parents, our best fathers and mothers. If you have mommy issues and daddy issues, well, good luck to you. You have the power to do both. You have the power to become both of those things for yourself. And it's all through mindset. You know, I'm still working on having a more motherly, position or parentship over myself in my own personal life. So I get you. It's not easy. Again, I never said any of this is easy. It's honestly, the most people, 99% of the people, damn near, it seems like, end up giving up right before they get to their big breakthrough, because they have to experience these very things. But I am here to show you and help to guide you guys through these things, so that you are aware of how to overcome it, and that if you even can overcome it, and if it, you feel like death sometimes, so can you even live through it? Some people actually genuinely question that. I questioned it too. And just know, I understand and I see you if you feel that way, but that I am proof that you can still live through some of the most impossible things in the world, and still keep walking, and still keep smiling, still even dare to even achieve your dreams. I always wanted to do YouTube, and I'm actually doing it now. So it's a dream that I manifested for myself, because I decided I needed to make it happen and take responsibility over the things that I said on my life. Like, if I say I want something, I can't just not do it, because at that point I'm doing myself a disservice. So a part of spiritual routines is doing at least something, even if it is a mentality switch. Having something that you change or you take control over when it comes to feeling uncomfortable in different emotions, different environments, around different types of people, around situations, making decisions, being assertive. Like, you can figure out all different types of things for yourself that genuinely make you feel like you are providing something that felt like it was missing for the longest for yourself. But so you can get creative too. Like, again, everything that you have to do when it comes to taking care of yourself, spiritual routines and hygiene, it does not have to be like this grueling, painful process that a lot of people make themselves susceptible to, just because like they think that that's the answer. Like, oh, go hard in the gym 7 days a week and work out for 2 hours, or eat completely clean for your entire life, and just make that the standard, nothing else. Also, side note, I forgot to put sunscreen on. Wear your sunscreen. Do that too. Like, that's another thing. I've switched, like, when it comes to health things, I switched from fluoride toothpaste, and I make my own toothpaste. I only wear very natural. Oh. Sorry, there was a bug on me. But I switched from a natural. Well, I make my own toothpaste, and instead of using men's deodorant, I've used like the natural deodorants. But that's one thing that has been like very tricky for people, is that if they wear a natural deodorant, sometimes it makes them smell worse. And honestly, it's because there's something wrong with your diet, or something wrong with your hormones, Bookie. Like, that's something else that you gotta fix. And all of those solutions can come from internally. Can come internally. But yeah, so that means that there's something in your diet you have to fix, because you should not be stinking that bad. Like, you should just not. You should be smelling like a human being. I'm not saying you're gonna be smelling like flowers and roses and beauty and stuff, but like, y'all know those smells that you've smelled that were so musty, so dang dank, so dang dark. They felt like they were coming from the pits of something, pits of hell maybe, just somewhere very deep and dark and scary. Because how did you produce that smell? But trust and believe, through the power of diet, through the power of drinking, through the power of supplements. And I'm talking about natural supplements, not so much the pill forms, because there's a whole debate about whether those supplements are even good for you or not. But yeah, when it comes to supplements and just taking care of, I guess, what would you say, your diet, or your sleep regimens, or even your intake of water, and like, using fruits as water as well, because that's also very important. I'm sorry, y'all, I gotta drink some water. Alright, we may continue. But when it comes to like diet, if you have a problem with your diet, problem with your emotions, problem with like body problems, if you're struggling to lose weight, if that's the goal, if you're struggling to gain weight and if that's the goal, and like just different things. I always feel like there's things that get in my eye. Whew. Ooh, this is a mess. It's okay. It's a beautiful mess. You know how they said, how Bob Ross was like, there's only happy mistakes. There's no bad mistakes. Or mistakes are not even mistakes at all. They're just happy accidents. That's what it was. Yes. That was a happy accident. I don't know if they're so happy now, but okay. Anywho, so yeah, you can incorporate that into your spiritual hygiene or routine. If it's like skincare or things like that, ooh, I like to use natural soaps for me. I try to make everything as natural as possible, or like from natural ingredients as possible, the least processing possible for anything that I use on my body. So that's from shea butter to, you know, shower products to, you know, even perfumes. I want to start investing in and experimenting with natural oil perfumes, and like perfumes you make with natural just natural things, not like chemicals. Because if you really read the list on the perfumes that y'all be using, they be like putting all types of chemicals and just shit you don't even know what the name is in water. And I'm just like, what is that? Why are we using that? But anywho, yeah, I incorporate a lot of that. This also can go into like glamour magic too. If you guys are like wanting to increase your I don't know, your personal beauty, your natural beauty, like make it more like support it, you know, like supporting your teeth, supporting your skin, hair, nails, all different stuff, like the same stuff that people be doing for, you know, self-care and beauty and stuff like that. You can do it naturally or through the internal work, which I'm giving you guys some real good tips. But yeah, so I guess the last part of it is more like educational based. I like to watch a lot of like documentaries. I also watch Rotten Mango. If you guys like her, I've talked about her on this channel before. She is really informative and I really like her. Obviously, she says that you cannot like go to her in terms of like, you know, she's an educational source to do your own research always, which I promote that as well. But I do enjoy having commentary of different, you know, modern topics and things that are going on in society from you know, a commentator's perspective, or like an average person's perspective. And she's not average, but just like someone that's not my brain talking about things, because I want to know if I'm like seeing the same things, if I'm peeping it too. Because really, like, I'm telling y'all, it's getting a little crazy out here when it comes to just pop culture, and it comes to politics, and comes to, you know, celebrities and all that other stuff, that Diddy shit. I'm telling y'all, it's real crazy out here. I'm about to start turning this into a commentary channel, damn near. I'm gonna speak of it into existence. But yes, and I guess the last aspects I can talk about is, you know, being creative. If you like art, or if you want to, you know, start a new hobby, or, you know, just do a little pizzazz or do some fun things for yourself, you know, whether that be through painting, whether that be through poetry, whether that be through, I don't know, whatever it is that you want. And the sun is really getting into my eyes right now, so I have to hurry up. I have a few more minutes on my clock. But yeah, when it comes to like art and stuff, you could really do whatever the heck you want. And this is something that you don't even have to like post about it. You don't even have to share it with the world. Even though if you are watching this video, you're probably someone who is meant to share their art with the world, meant to share their gifts, their blessings, their I don't know, anything, just anything special about them that you have been like personally really, I guess, inclined or blessed or more like in love with trying out. Then maybe it's something you're supposed to do. Maybe it's something that you're supposed to share. And that's another thing too, is like, not everything has to be a business. Not every, you know, not your medicine does not have to be your profession. And that's something that can really help a lot of people kind of let go of the expectation and the stress of, you know, uploading content or performing online, or even sharing one's gifts or quirks and things like that. It can be really stressful. And honestly, the only advice I can give about that at this time right now as someone who's currently, dealing with these things, is to take it easy on yourself. Take it day by day, really. Take it day by day. And there's so many bugs. And just be patient with yourself. Let yourself experience the wins. And when you even, maybe you didn't get everything on your to-do list done, but you at least took the intention, if it is even one thing, you took the intention to be kind, to be sweet, to be gentle on yourself. You can celebrate for that, that alone. You don't have to have anything else to really celebrate life for, or to celebrate yourself for, because you are, what is it called? You are, what the hell? Oh my goodness, not the modern tumbleweed. It's a drug mart bag, like literally flowing through the wind right now. I don't know, it's not mine, but what was I saying? But yeah, just being intentional and just trying your best is a good place to start when it comes to these things, because you're probably going to fail, you're probably going to get back on the wagon, probably going to mess up, probably going to get back on the wagon, probably going to slip up and go back to a bad habit midway through and get back on the wagon. But regardless, the only thing that you need to understand and know about it is that at the end of the day, you're still going to get on the back of that fucking wagon. You're going to get back on the wagon and ride that bitch out into the sunset at the end of the day, regardless. So with that, you can have some peace and some, I guess, easiness or tranquility, or just be more gentle on yourself, or not have the expectation that every time you mess up, or every time you make a mistake, or every time you do something that you're not super proud of, that's the end all be all and that's it, and you're never going to get another chance again. That's not how the world works, Like, it has to be something that was more subsequent and more frequent for it to become something that genuinely affects the way that your life pans out. Like, if you make the same decision 10 different times, best believe those 10 next decisions are most likely going to be the same ones that you were making before. But if you make 5 right decisions and on the 6th decision you messed up, that does not mean that the rest of the 4 decisions are going to be the same, because you're doing the things repeatedly. And right can be right for anybody. Whatever is personal to you, don't let anybody else also tell you that something that you're doing is wrong. But it genuinely helps you to elevate, helps you to grow, and to become a better and more responsible person for your life. Well, that could be whatever it is. And you cannot let anybody else tell you that, because the only one that really should know and really should give a crap about what you're doing is you and Source, you and God, you and the universe, whatever it is that you believe in, because that is the closest and most important connection that you're going to have with yourself constantly, all the time, every single moment of your life. So with that, I just reiterate some final points as I'm nearing this end, is to just take care of yourself. Take accountability for things that that will make you feel better, and instead of ruminating, instead of overthinking, just really sit down and ask yourself what it is that you would like to do right now that will make you feel better, that will help you bridge that gap between the one thing that you used to do and the one thing that you really would like to do or make a change about, to help improve your life in one way or another, and just chip at it little by little, like it's an ice pick or something, because it's very uncomfortable. It's cold. It can be hot as well, because ice be feeling cold and hot. So I don't know, freezer burn. I don't know what that's for food. I mean, you can still have, it's frostbite. Anywho, just know that you are not alone, and that you're not failing, and you're not messing up, and trust and believe that once we're able to kind of bridge this gap and get closer to what our authentic selves, and I'm sorry, I'll cover you, but operating from a space of love, pure gratitude and enjoyment, and just admiration for how far you've come and grown, and just awareness of that. And this is not a toxic positivity skit either. Like, this is not a speech about that. This is also you letting yourself be emotional when you are emotional, and experiencing the tough times when they are tough, and not skipping over that. That's also important. So those are all things to keep in mind when it comes to a spiritual routine or hygiene or things of that nature. And I didn't explain absolutely everything that you could do in this video, because this video would be extremely long. But if you guys are interested in getting a reading, and also me personally helping you build a spiritual routine in your own personal life, in your own way, and just learning more about what are some things that you've been kind of like neglecting, or kind of just been forgetting about, maybe. I do spiritual routine building exercises, as well as sessions where I will specifically craft one out for you, or an example, or at least starting blocks, and give you tips and pointers as to where to start, or where to go, or how to maintain something that you've already had going and it worked for you, to just have it just fit better. And that again will be in my spiritual booking form and my Linktree in my bio. So if you guys are interested, you can go there and book for that. Again, prices are negotiable. There's bartering and other like plans and things that you can do. So if you're ever interested, there's an option for me to kind of like speak to you directly about what it is that you're thinking about, what it is that you want, and then we'll work together. So honestly, it's very easy. It's very up to you. It's very laid back. It's very as you move through certain things, I guess. But yeah. But I really appreciate you guys just sitting with me if you made it to the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed the ramble. I bet it was fun. I hope it was fun. I hope it was, if it wasn't fun, I hope it was informative. If it wasn't that, I hope it was just something that lets you have some noise in the background, because that's not bad either, this beautiful wind and the birds and stuff. I don't know if y'all can hear it as clear as I can, but ambiance. We all need a little bit of ambiance. But yeah, I love you guys, and I'm wishing you guys just beautiful days ahead, peaceful days ahead, love-filled days ahead, and that you guys do at least one thing, or one feeling, or one mindset towards something that you've been struggling with lately, and try to make it something that's more positive, or more, I guess, healing in a way. And you guys can put your testimonies in the comments below. I would love to, answer any questions you have, if you do have them, any tips, any questions, any information you want to share, any stories, anything at all. Even if, what did you eat today? If you want to talk about that. But again, I love you guys, and I hope that you have a beautiful and wonderful rest of your day and evening, morning, night, whatever time it is. And I wish you guys love, peace, and that was my first podcast episode, my first actual Yaparoni SESH with you guys. Let me know if you want to hear anything specific next time. I can really yap about it for y'all. But yeah, enjoy, and I'll hit y'all up on the next one. Bye.